Our story begins not in a fantasy world, but with Tenma, an absolute gaming savant and core member of the legendary Swift Whale Party. These 6 people just did the impossible. They defeated the game's toughest boss in record time. The media was in a frenzy, and the team leader was about to give a shout-out to Tenma for constantly optimizing their tactics. But Tenma wasn't there. He was busy grabbing health elixirs, his large build causing him to be swept back by the ecstatic crowd. Despite his genius in the game, in the real world, Tenma was just another guy struggling with unemployment. His friend Nishi had managed to land a proper job, thanks in part to Tenma's strategic advice. But for Tenma, the crushing loneliness of reality compared to his in-game glory was unbearable. As he reached for a drink, a violent earthquake hit. He collapsed, unable to move, and that was the end of his old life. He woke up in a strange, white facility. A nervous clerk, Anna, told him the truth. He died while playing and was now scheduled for reincarnation under a high-level request from the goddess client. But Yamada, his new name, was strangely, unnaturally calm. Instead of panicking, he immediately went into analytical mode, asking if he could obtain skills like the appraisal skill or an item box. His calm, almost bored curiosity completely unnerved Anna, who was already running late and worried about her performance. This is where the first major mistake happens. Anna was so spooked and rushed that she gave him 0 time to process or carefully select any modifiers. Yamada saw her frantic state and, reasoning that a normal setting without bonuses or penalties would be easier to experiment with later, agreed to skip the crucial decision-making process. Anna concluded the transfer, telling him the training would end once he hit level 10 or after 3 months had passed. She didn't even let him finish his last question before zapping him into his new life. Yamada materialized in the tutorial house, a fully furnished starting base in the tutorial world. He was now younger and lighter. The gamer in him took over instantly. He began meticulously researching, planning his level-up strategy, and exploring the surrounding training map. He quickly discovered the monetary spring could provide currency for food, but frustratingly, all supplies were strictly limited to a single day's worth, preventing stockpiling. He also confirmed his bonus skills, the item box and the appraisal skill. He immediately began testing his magic power, his MP. He pushed himself relentlessly, experimenting with every spell he could think of: time, water, fire, excavation, until he was dizzy and weak, his MP almost completely drained. After finally managing a tiny light magic spark, he used sleep magic, collapsing into a deep, necessary rest. When he woke up, his full recovery took less than an hour. He saw the nearby ocean, momentarily thinking about relaxing, but quickly regained his intense focus. He returned to training, feeling his MP recovering faster than before. He was determined to grind hard for the next 3 months to earn his freedom. What he didn't know was that his 3-month grind was about to become a life sentence. While Yamada was training back at the Divine Office, Anna was summoned by Hagen, the section chief. She was terrified she'd messed up, especially with recent client complaints piling up against the goddess client's department. Hagen, however, was surprisingly level-headed. He calmed her down, explaining that true responsibility requires authority, and since she didn't have the authority to change schedules or retest clients, the blame shouldn't fall on her. It's in this discussion that the absolute disaster is revealed. The system bug wasn't minor. The training facility's time setting had catastrophically glitched, multiplying the duration. The expected 3 months had shifted to 1 year per check. And here's the cosmic punchline. Hagen confirmed they couldn't simply extract Yamada. The glitch meant Yamada was trapped on an endless loop until he hit level 10, or until the time limit ran its course, which was now 1 year minimum. This is the ultimate corporate betrayal. Yamada's immense future power isn't a gift from the gods. It's a direct, toxic byproduct of being completely abandoned by the divine bureaucracy. They treat his suffering as a necessary inconvenience, viewing him not as a life, but as a resource. Hagen actually saw an opportunity here, believing Yamada was more capable than the others and could survive the time warp. He decided to use Yamada's unique plight as leverage to force the higher-ups to finally adopt a new system, making Yamada an unwitting pawn in a celestial office power struggle. So, while Yamada was counting the days to his 3-month graduation, Hagen and Anna knew he was effectively gone, trapped on a glitch cycle that would last far, far longer.